If you've ever looked at a sports card in October or November and paid full price for it and thought, I swear this card was cheaper earlier in the year, this video is about avoiding that moment. January doesn't get enough credit when it comes to buying sports cards. Most people think of January as a reset month. The football season's over, attention moves on, and everyone starts chasing whatever the next hot thing is. January is also one of the few months where timing alone can save you a lot of money. Not because anything special is happening, but because interest is low, inventory is sitting, and sellers are quietly adjusting prices on cards people will be excited about again later in the year. I learned this the hard way for years and years, paying peak prices during the season for cards. I could have just bought cheaper for a few months earlier. That's what made me start really paying attention to January. So in this video, I'm walking you through the 12 sports cards that are worth buying in January. Not because they're flashy or not because they're trendy right now, but because waiting usually means paying full price later. Before we jump in, my name is Eric Michael, and I have been buying and selling sports cards ever since August of 2015, so that makes this almost 11 years now, and everything I share on this channel is about making the hobby accessible for everyone in a transparent and practical way that actually works in real life. So without further ado, 12 cards I would start hoarding right now. Number 1, this is guys during the NFL season that did not perform well. J.J. McCarthy, Michael Penix, teams that didn't play well, and just look at their quarterbacks, start buying their cards. I'm not saying these guys are great players. They have a lot of upside because all it takes is, like, I remember Kyler Murray when the Cardinals drafted Marvin Harrison Jr., his value went up. So a lot of these guys will shoot up in value because they have exciting offseasons. Number 2, buying guys in football after they get eliminated in the playoffs. So a great example of this was last year. Justin Herbert went into Houston. I know this because I lost a lot of money on this game. He played terrible. He threw 4 interceptions. His value went down. Sam Darnold is another one of these guys from last year. Played terrible at the end of the year. Got his ass kicked in Los Angeles when they went and played the Rams. Buying guys right after they lose, nobody wants them. Their values are low. It's a good time to get in. Number 3, guys who are due to get big contracts. So you could look at the NBA, who's a big guy that's going to be in free agency that maybe this isn't on the most exciting team, but might go to an exciting team. Or a great example of this in the NFL is Malik Willis. Malik Willis is due to get a big contract to be a starter for an NFL team this upcoming offseason. I've talked about him ad nauseum the past few weeks, but I believe he's going to get over $100 million. If Malik Willis goes to some place like the Vikings, his value is going to go through the roof. Number 4, guys on teams that are going to have big off seasons. Okay, a few teams that I have here that have a lot of cap space this upcoming off season. You can just look this up on Google as well. Titans, so Cam Ward, is that a potential buy? The Raiders, Genty, Brock Bowers, guys like that. They don't have a quarterback yet because they're probably going to draft Mendoza. Chargers, maybe after Herbert loses in the playoffs. If he does, I doubt they'll win the Super Bowl. They could be somebody because they need another receiver. Commanders, Jaden Daniels, right? Their defense stinks. They need some guys on defense. So if any of these teams make splash plays in the offseason, you're going to see the values on the other players on the team tend to go up. Number 5, guys who are injured right now in the NBA. A good example of this would be Kyrie Irving. His cards are really cheap. Nobody wants them. Nobody's buying them. Number 6 here is guys coming off injury in baseball. Austin Riley is a good example. Guys who just no one's buying right now. Their cards are dirt cheap. Number 7 is guys coming off injury in football. The best well-known case of this right now is Patrick Mahomes. Is his value down? Could you buy cards a little bit on the cheaper end? Because who's buying Patrick Mahomes right now? You're probably not. That's why it might be a good buy. Number 8, buying base cards that got old. So Jaden Daniels last year, his rookie cards came out. He has all these base cards that come out, thousands and thousands of these base cards. And as time goes on and more PSA 10s come into existence, they actually go down, they go down because the supply gets so high, and then eventually they level off. So because there's not so many PSA 10s coming into existence, a lot of these base cards are very gradable, easy to find, easy to make some money on. So buying base cards from a year or 2 years ago, not a bad play, right? And if you combine that with maybe buying a guy who didn't have a good offseason or buying a guy on a team that might do well in the offseason here, could be a decent play. Number 9, buying cheaper cards to send to PSA to play the waiting game. PSA is being a pain in the ass right now. Their lowest end service is about $22, I think, while I'm speaking right now. And it's messed up because it says 65 business days on the website, but you ship a card to PSA, it takes them a month to open up your mail. They don't can start the 65 business day countdown until they actually open up your mail. People are very resistant to grading right now, especially using the lower end service. And, using the $22 service, that means you're buying cards usually in the $30, $50, $100 range. So there's a lot of these cards out there raw and good condition that people want to sell just because they don't want to play the waiting game. And if you have a little bit of patience and you start buying, in 2 to 3 months from now, you're going to start to get these cards back from grading and you'll make some pretty decent money. There's a lot of stuff out there, especially cheaper cards, where people just don't want to send it to grading because their PSA is just a pain in the butt right now. Now, if PSA gets shit together and they actually take it down to a month, let's say it only takes a month to get these cards back from grading, you're going to see a lot more cards going in for grading. Number 10, this is a basic one, buying vintage cards that are low right now. 2025, we saw a lot of specifically cards from the 80s and 90s, buying vintage cards that didn't go up or maybe are on the downswing right now. Maybe buying Mickey Mantles or specific types of Jordans or Allen Iversons or Kobe Bryant's. A lot of these cards didn't go up like Barry Bonds rookies did, Wayne Gretzky rookies did. These could be potential good purchases as well. Number 11, this is kind of funny. People break a lot, right? They open up packs and boxes. They do it with their families and gifts. And a lot of these people who are opening up cards don't really know what they're doing, to be honest. So they'll open up these cards, they'll go and list them on eBay, and because they don't know what a Prism Blue is or a Select Orange, a lot of people on eBay will take a picture of a card and just give it the wrong title. They'll take a 2023 Silver Prism Wembanyama, which is probably worth about $800 right now, and they just don't know it's a silver Wembanyama, so they'll auction it, and the title will just say 2023 Wembanyama, and people get skeeved out. They're like, is it a silver? Is it not? But if you know what you're doing and you're able to look at the card and be like, yeah, that is a silver, you can get it for pennies on the dollar. This happens all the time. Number 12, because all these people are getting cards during the holidays, and once again, they don't know what they're doing, they auction cards off at the wrong time. So this is just common sense if you think about it, but people don't do it. The best time to end auctions is usually Sunday night, or at least at night at 8 p.m., 9 p.m., right when people are on eBay. I just won a card on eBay. It was actually a card of Malik Willis. It was like a Tuesday or a Monday at 1 p.m. That's when the auction ended. Probably not a good time to end an auction, but it happens more in January from the cards people got in November and December because these people are newbies. Great way to make money. And I'll give you guys a bonus, number 13, that I'm just going to throw out there. Just buying steady guys that just seem to keep going up as time goes on, like the Mantles and the Ruths and the Ty Cobbs and the Cy Youngs. These cards are up like 4, 5, 6x in the past 4, 5, 6 years. The best time to buy this stuff was maybe 10 years ago, but the second best time to buy it is right now. If you're ever going to buy that stuff and just hold long term, I know it's expensive, but these are like pieces of history at this point. So the second best time to buy would be right now. But hopefully that gives you guys a little bit of value. I'm going to drop a free PDF down below of exactly what I'm talking about in step-by-step order. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you folks in the next one.